When I tell young coaches, when they're about to go on this career, I'm like, man, it is a roller coaster. Just put your seatbelt on and enjoy the ride. I grew up in England, on the south coast of England, and so when you grow up over there, it is part of the lifeblood. I mean, I didn't have an opportunity to play formally because at that time girls and young women couldn't play soccer. My parents moved to the States when I was 15. There was very few opportunities in coaching, let alone women in coaching. I went to graduate school down at NC State. I was a graduate assistant there. That was my first kind of job as an assistant coach. And then actually from there I went into the workforce. I went and worked for a tech company in North Carolina. One of my former coaches, April Heinrichs, called me and offered me a position at the University of Maryland to be her second assistant. It was one of those kind of pause moments of, okay, is this going to be like a legitimate career path? But at that point it was just kind of this leap of faith. Like I wanted to do that. I wanted to see where it would take me. And I sort of never looked back. I fell in love with it. It's those moments that have been phenomenal are as important as those moments that have been hard and that have tested you and stung, because I think that's part of life. And I think this career in sport has really afforded me a lot of gifts. I've been very fortunate. There's nothing quite like having somebody's dream laid out in front of you and helping them in some capacity. Sometimes it's tough love, sometimes it's encouragement, sometimes it's redirection. It's kind of figuring out how to best help and serve somebody. And I think that's the kind of the joy of coaching, is you watch a group of individuals come together to be selfless, to pursue things for a team. I think that's just it's a really powerful thing. I'm constantly asked, where are all the female coaches and why are people leaving the game and why are they not getting into the game? It was now this idea of, okay, first of all, I think we polled almost 4,000 coaches to truly understand directly from the horse's mouth what are the challenges, what are the obstacles. It was really looking at it from, was it a financial component? Was it this idea that there's no community? And then the whole idea of having someone as a role model to say, hey, listen, that person can do it. And then it was like, okay, let's build this in part with the scholarship fund, let's build this mentoring program. That we're going to build this community where it's going to be this kind of pay it forward, like I'll mentor someone and hopefully that mentee will become a mentor. And we're going to grow this network, because I think if we can do that and women don't feel siloed and isolated and, women competing for just one job, then we're going to be more of embracing this, we're in this together, and I think then there'll be even more growth. When I'd go out and I would talk to the different groups, it was like the number of young coaches that would come up to me like, oh, I'm so glad you're doing what you're doing. And at first I was like, you don't really consider yourself a role model, but then what I realized is, yeah, you know what, I have to embrace this and be visible and use the platform. Typically, women are afforded a platform once they've achieved success. It's not a natural thing. So you have to kind of almost achieve something and then you get a platform. Well, we want to kind of rewire that, and I think you do that by empowering the individual. It's the journey and the things that you've had to fight for and push for and challenge for, that those are the things that once you reach that, you recognize, okay, I now have a platform on which to now talk about those things that still need to evolve, that still need to grow, that there still needs to be advancement in these areas. And I think once you realize that, that's the piece that you now want to help that journey. That's the piece, I think, when you get a platform, you look back on your own journey and say, these are areas where I can maybe help. What I've really learned is that it's not about that trophy or that medal. It is about that journey. I know this sounds like a cliche and you hear it a lot, but the process and all, it really is, because it's all those things on that journey that either get you to the summit or you fall away for a bit, but then you persevere. I think that's been the rewarding part. I mean, there's so many great things about coaching that I love and enjoy, but I think it's centralized around the people.